Will Jonathan Taylor lead the NFL in rushing for a second consecutive season? What's going on, everybody? We're looking at who's going to win the rushing title this year. Will it be Derrick Henry winning for the third time in the last 4 years? Derrick Henry got hurt last year, missed over half the season, but still finished number 9 in the NFL in rushing. So Jonathan Taylor was the leader at 1,811 yards. He's at plus 400 to win the rushing title this year. Derrick Henry is at plus 450. Dalvin Cook is at plus 1,000, and Nick Chubb, Najee Harris, and Joe Mixon are all at plus 1,400. Now, I do think Nick Chubb offers some good value if he can play in 17 games. Deshaun Watson's going to be out for the first 6 games. They're going to try to run the ball. Nick Chubb averaged 5.5 yards per carry last year, same as Jonathan Taylor. Okay, so he ran the ball 228 times, which was number 8 in the NFL. If he can get close to 300, I think Nick Chubb at plus 1,400 could offer some pretty interesting value. Najee Harris. I look at Najee Harris, nobody's going to take carries away from him. I mean, last year, he was number 2 in the NFL with 307 carries. Okay, so Benny Snell is the number 2 running back out there in Pittsburgh, and I really think Harris is going to get close to 300 attempts. Again, the problem is he doesn't have a great offensive line. He only averaged 3.9 yards per carry last year. Dalvin Cook cannot stay healthy, missed 4 games last year, has never played over 14 games in his 5-year NFL career. And Joe Mixon, man, Joe Mixon was number 3 running the ball in the NFL last year with 1,205 yards. When you got Joe Burrow and you got that trio at the wide receiver position, I just think you're going to want to run the ball less. Okay, so I'm looking at Taylor, I'm looking at Nick Chubb, and I'm also looking at Derrick Henry. Why? Well, Jonathan Taylor's got a great offensive line, and he's got a quarterback that's very good in play action. I think Indianapolis is going to try to establish the running game, because then I think they'll get the most out of Matt Ryan. And that offensive line is just fantastic. And Jonathan Taylor, he's a home run hitter. He's got speed. He's got power. He's got it all. I think the same thing happens out there in Tennessee, the same dynamic. They don't want Ryan Tannehill throwing the ball 35 times. They want Derrick Henry running the ball and setting up Ryan Tannehill in play-action situations. So, yes, Henry's coming off an injury, but, man, he is their workhorse. They like to run the ball. They like to play physical. And also, who's the number 2 running back out there in Tennessee? Hassan Hankins, rookie, right? Dante Foreman left. He's now a Carolina Panther. I think Derrick Henry's going to run and run often. And he's still young. Led the NFL, like I said, in rushing in 2019 and 2020. So Derrick Henry at plus 450, man. If he can play in 17 games, he will be my bet to win the rushing title this year. Now, there's 2 long shots that I kind of want to talk about here. How about Elijah Mitchell? The 49ers, man, their wide zone running scheme. I mean, Kyle Shanahan gets the most out of his running backs, doesn't he? 4.7 yards per carry last year, 963 yards in only 11 games. If he can play 17 games in that Kyle Shanahan scheme, man, Elijah Mitchell could do some good things here in year 2. And Christian McCaffrey. Now, I know Christian McCaffrey, man, last 2 years only played in 10 games, but in the first 3 years in the NFL, he played in all 48. He was number 3 in rushing in the league in 2019, and the Carolina Panthers have really upgraded their offensive line. So if he can stay healthy, he's still a fantastic player. These 2 players are at plus 2,500 if you're looking for a long shot, okay? We shall see what happens. For everything regarding the betting, you can go to oddshark.com, and also be sure to click on the link below where Oddshark will keep you up to date on which sportsbooks have the best prices for your futures bets. Talk soon. Bye-bye.